This is a little setup I did for our game we played last night. I have to tear it down now, but the players were in a bit of a conundrum. Due to cancellations, the only group that was available to play were 2 paladins and 2 rangers. 9th to 12th level thereabouts. That was a lot of fun. Getting across the bridge was pretty much the entire night. This is the Dripstone bridge set from Wizards of the Coast, I believe. WizKids, I'm not sure which, but it's part of their Warlock Tiles set. But this was the Cavern set that I had. I got this from Dwarven Forge over 25 years ago. And as you can see, quite a few Underdark creatures. We got a nasty Black Widow Spider, a Drow. We've got a Drow Mage, another Drow Fighter, some Cloakers, a Stowroper, a Ballista at the other end, Ballista at the other end of the bridge with the Drow manning it. This was not all at once. I just kind of staged this to illustrate what they were facing all night. It was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. The players did prevail, but they took a lot of damage getting across that bridge. But that's it for this. Now on to the regular video. Thank you for browsing page 121. Today we're going to go again into Volume 3 of Encyclopedia Magica, and we're going to take a look at another ring, the Lucky Ring of the Wild Coast. I have actually given this out a couple of times. I had a player, one of my guys at my table, who was playing a thief who worshipped Relishaz. So as one of the benefits, I gave him this ring. This is a pretty neat ring, and it's got some nice limits to it, but it's a great role-playing item. Experience point value 500, gold piece value 3,500. And from Greyhawk Adventures book, this magical ring was created by a wizard who liked to gamble, although his greatest gamble was to use it under the suspicious eyes of the Thieves Guild. The ring increases a gambler's chances of winning and is prized among the rogues of the Wild Coast. The user can choose to add or subtract 1 pip from each die in a game of chance. The direction of the change must be stated before any roll is made. Thus, a 3-die-6 roll of 2, 4, and 6 can be decreased to 1, 3, and 5, or increased to 3, 5, and 7. The ring is useful only to a character who is actually gambling and has no effect on attack or damage rolls, saving throws, or checks. Pretty nice self-limiting item here. Greyhawk Adventures had some pretty intriguing Greyhawk-specific magic items. This particular one is similar to a Luckstone, except it can only affect games of chance, and specifically when you're throwing dice. And you have to choose before the die are thrown. So if you're playing craps, for instance, where you're rolling for a specific number, so the first time I throw the die in craps, it's a 6. Now, to succeed in subsequent rounds, I have to throw another 6. That makes this kind of tough, because you don't know if you want to increase or decrease, and you have to choose before the die is thrown. Now, I have given out a version of this where I let the player choose after the dice were thrown, because it is, after all, a gambling device, and I wanted him to have a better chance to succeed. That actually worked out really well. And I gave this at a pretty low level to the Thief of Relishaz, he was a worshiper of Relishaz who was a thief. And I gave this out at a pretty low level because it's only 500 experience points, and it's really not going to impact your combat or anything to any degree. It's going to increase the role-playing, and that's one of the reasons I really like this ring. One of my players still has this ring. Doesn't play the character much anymore, but he does still have this ring. And it's been a really useful thing to have when it's popped up, and it's still useful even when the character gets up to high levels, 8th, 10th, 12th, 15th level. You can still use this to kind of work a little bit of magic, if you will, on various games of chance. So I do like it. The choosing before the dice are thrown, I have altered, at least in the ring I gave out. I let it be after the dice were thrown so he could actually choose the best effect. So it's just kind of how I allowed it, especially if you're playing a 2-dice game like craps where you have to roll a specific number. Seeing the number first makes this more usable. But that's it, just a little none-such of a magic item today. It's not going to screw up your campaign by any degree, but it is going to increase your role-playing. So, for instance, I like to run taverns a lot in my games. I have a full tavern set that I set up, the Dwarven Forge tavern set. I've also got one I built. that I'll set up. And I've got a lot of figures for taverns and stuff like that, mostly painted by my player Mike. And I have gone ahead and given this out because when they get to the tavern, they find a game of chance, somebody's playing knucklebones, whatever, they can go ahead and join in, and it can really up the role-playing. It can give me some adventure ideas. It can be a great adventure hook. They meet somebody at the gambling table, something like that. It can really work for that. So that's really what I think the benefit of this is. But let me know, have you used a Lucky Ring of the Wild Coast from Greyhawk Adventures? That Greyhawk Adventures book came out in, I think, what, 88? 89 maybe? So it's been around a long time. I've given out a lot of stuff from it. But as I said, I only remember giving the one to the thief. And I haven't seen him play at my table in a long, long time. But let me know, have you given this out? Have you had good fortune with it? See the pun there? Has it been lucky for you, or is it something you really don't care about? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends to keep the channel growing. And that's all I've got to say today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.